lead questions, yes or no?
I'd rather not, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good. That's why I wanted to ask you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for asking.
No worries. Let me just record it. Can I record it, please?
Yeah, you should have access now.
Okay. I am. Okay. Good to go, Callum.
Yeah.
So, first of all, thank you for being with us. Thank you for this interview, and let's start with the with Arsenal season so far. So, ninth position in the table, 46 points, 13 won games, 7 draws, and 12 lost. I guess it's not satisfying when it comes to Arsenal.
Obviously, we'd like to be high at the table. I think we all know that as a club. Arsenal needs to be high at the table. But it's been a process this season. We're all buying into it, and I think we're showing what we're capable of, and the way that the boss wants us to play. So we need to keep going with that. We all need to stick together with it. The players and the fans and the club keep believing in it because we're showing what we're capable of. So it's all about staying positive and from now to the end of the season, giving it 100% in every game and trying to finish as high up the table as we can.
After the last game with Fulham, I spoken to Mikel Arteta, and he told me that this type of games, if we may put it that way, where you play well, where you're trying to do something when you have chances and not scoring, that's why you're at this position at the table where you are at the moment. So how do you see it? Is it this inconsistency the main problem for Arsenal at the moment?
Well, as you said there, I think there's been quite a lot of games this season where we've played well. We've wanted to play the style that we work on, and the boss wants us to play. I think we've dominated a few games, but we haven't been able to sort of put the ball in the back of the net and finish the game off. I think this has been the problem on a few occasions now. But as I said before, that's part of the process. That's what we need to improve. We know that. We're working on that. But you take positives from that is we're playing the style we want, and playing and sort of managing games how we want to manage them. So what was the second half of that question?
About the inconsistency in the game. So inconsistency of the results, obviously, and of the games as well.
Yeah, I think obviously we want to be consistent with our performances and results and build momentum. Every team wants to do that, and that's the ultimate goal here is to win game after game and put in good performance after good performance. I think we will get to that, but it's all part of the process at the minute, getting to that stage. I think we show what we're capable of, and we play games. We have really good games, and then other games where we maybe need to show a bit more experience, a bit more, game management to see out games, or some games we need to sort of finish our chances. Some games we need to have better game management at the end of the game. This is part of football. In the league we're in, it's the hardest league in the world. So to go on runs of win is very tough. But I think we need to stay positive, keep believing in the process, stay together, and we'll certainly be working our way towards that.
Okay, is that a game plan before you go to the game, before you step on the pitch? I guess by the players that you have, according to the players you have, you should play like the team that has that would like to have a possession and to attack. Is that your game plan for every game?
Yeah, as Arsenal Football Club, we want to dominate football games. We want to have high possession of the ball, play the game in the opponent's half. This is what we want. This is what we're aiming for and what we want to achieve. I think there's been times where we do that and we can show we're capable of that. And as I said, there's other times where we don't do that. In the times we don't, it's all about figuring out how to win that game, how to get through it, how to manage it. And it's all part of the process and sort of narrowing down the mistakes we make, and making them less and less and less, and just learning from the manager every day of how he wants us to play and what he wants from us.
Okay, so until the end of the season, you have 6 games left in Premier League, and of course you're playing Europa League as well. So we'll see what will happen in those games as well. And among others, you have to play Chelsea and now Everton on Friday. So these games are pretty complicated as well, if I if I may put it that way.
Yeah, they are. To be honest, I think whoever we play, it's going to be a complicated game. It is in this league. You know, there's never, very, very rare a game is not complicated. You know, they're always complicated. So you've got to find out the way to win. You know, work on it, figure out how to beat the opponent you're coming up against. I think every game for us from now to the end of the season is a cup final. You know, simple as that. We need to win every single game. You know, that's the attitude we're going to be going into them here. That's the attitude we're training with here. And yeah, you know, we need to stick together, as I said, be positive, have a positive attitude around the training ground. There's a good energy, there's a good sort of feel around the place. You know, everyone's excited for the semi-final as well. So yeah, we just need to keep working hard and as I said, go into every game as it's a cup final.
Europa League brings you Villarreal in the semi-final, and it's a huge game as well. I mean, not just that one, but the of course 2 games in this competition, and then you're looking forward to the final and maybe winning the Europa League, which would put you on the list for Champions League next season. So, is this an extra pressure for you on top of it?
We know they're important games. As I said, everyone's excited for them. And yeah, I think, you know, they're just games we know we need to go and win. Simple as that. They're not going to be easy. They're going to be tough games, but you know, we've shown character before in the past in tough games where we've come out on top and played really well, played the style we want, and won the game. So you know, we just have to believe in ourselves, believe in the process, prepare well, and yeah, that's we can only control what we can control. And that's what we'll be doing. We know that we know they're important games for what we want to do and where we want to be. You know, we're well aware of that, so we just got to make sure we prepare well and get ready for it.
Okay, let's talk about you a little bit now and your career so far. So you came from through the Southampton's system, and obviously you're still really young player, but so experienced as well. How do you see your career so far? Obviously, you've done all the right moves until now. Hopefully, it's gonna be in the same rhythm in the future as well.
Yeah, my career. I'm happy with my career so far. You know, I look back on it. I've got some unbelievable memories. You know, I've got experiences of going on loan, obviously starting at Southampton at a very young age. International football. You know, I played international football at a young age. So all these experiences have sort of helped me today and where I am now. So yeah, I look back on my career so far with very fond memories.
What's your best memory so far? So
My best, I have two. Well, 3 best memories are obviously making my debut at Southampton. You know, in the Premier League at a young age. That was, you know, it was away at West Brom and we won 1-0, and you know I'll never forget that day. Obviously, then moving to Arsenal was, yeah, a dream come true. It was amazing. And then my other memory would be playing for England, my debut for England. So, you know, there's obviously lots of other memories I have and lots of other great things, but they're sort of 3 standout moments in my career that I'll never forget.
Okay, let me ask you one question about the players that you played with. Who's the best player that you ever played with, and who was the best player that you played against? Maybe somebody that you had problems with trying to stop them.
Best player I played with is Santi Cazorla, 100%. He's a little magician. Like the way he moves on the ball, left foot, right foot. He hasn't got a weaker foot. So, you know, it's so easy for him just to be able to manipulate the ball one way or another, and you know, so balanced, and he just kept things ticking over. Now, technically, he was perfect. So Santi Cazorla was the best player I played with. Best player I played against was probably back in my Southampton days when we played Liverpool at home. Luis Suarez was up top, and you know, he was in unbelievable form then. So playing against him was it was a good experience for me. I learnt a lot from that game. So yeah, I'd say him.
Okay. In the end, last question: what would make you happy at the end of the season? So we are where we are at the table as well, and in this part of the season. So, but when you look at it, and maybe if you can predict the future, what would satisfy you at the end of the season?
What would satisfy me? Putting in consistently good performances in the Premier League as a team and picking up as many points as we can in the remaining games we have and finishing as high as we can in the table. And then obviously a trophy in the Europa League would be nice as well. If we went and won the Europa League, I think that we would all be proud of that. And if we finish the season off in that way and that style, I think we'd all be proud of that. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Thank you for this interview, and I really wish you luck.
Thank you. Cheers, mate.
Thank